Hi everyone, I'm Ian from Trabble, and here to share more about what we do in consolidating the travel industry by empowering businesses in the travel and hospitality space to serve travelers seamlessly through chat automated by AI. As you know yourself, many of you are travelers. Before the COVID-19 situation, you've traveled a lot. And the travel industry itself is faced with a very huge issues, a very fragmented market, and queries coming in through multiple channels like their Facebook, their website, their emails, their mobile application, asking questions like inquiries, reservations, check-in, and concierge. And these questions are very much repetitive. And more than that, this fragmented market is not just for hotels. We see that with attractions and travel agencies as well. This leads to very high manpower costs to manage this guest satisfaction, because if you don't reply it fast enough, people get upset and they're not responded to in their questions. So what we really hope to do with Trabble is to help these businesses to serve within their channels in automating through APIs and bots through our seamless chat-based guest engagement platform, ultimately building this Trabble ecosystem where we allow the hotel's guests to be landing in the hotel's communication channels, get their inquiries, their reservations and check-in done, automated by our APIs and our bots, but ultimately get access to also information and ticketing of our other clients, attractions, and travel agencies. As a guest, they kind of come in through their multiple channels like the Facebook Messenger, the WhatsApp, the emails, website, mobile application. But for customer service staff, they see it all on one unified platform where it's blended by our AI to help answer these questions as much as possible. The reservations can be retrieved by our integrations with Oracle Opera, Cloudbits, and other even smaller PMS systems where the guests are able to make bookings, retrieve their bookings, as well as manage their bookings. During the trip itself, the guest is then able to go straight to room by doing check-in pre-arrival, where our integrations with digital lock companies as well as payment platforms, ultimately allowing them in-trip to have access to concierge and check out with a one-click checkout with feedback to be sent directly to the customer. During the check-in process, they're able to retrieve the booking via our integrations with PMS, as well as upload their passport where OCR pulls the information and photo, where we match with a selfie that they take of themselves to ensure that it's the right person with our facial recognition. Ultimately, they then land on a payment where they are able to kind of make a payment for outstanding balance, as well as deposits that can be collected by the hotel itself. They then enable to get a digital PIN code or Bluetooth key to access their room directly, going straight to room, skipping the front desk. We understand that some hotels are also not looking to change and invest in digital locks where they currently have physical locks. And we allow for this process to be done entirely up to the stage where they are dispensing the codes, so that the front desk can just dispense the key and on with the guests, cutting queues and interaction, physical interaction between guests and customer on the operation side. As you know, COVID-19 has affected the travel and hospitality space severely. We know that travel will return. The question is just a matter of time. But when it does return, and it will return with a vengeance, that we do see the need for social distancing and digitizing going forward. This means that our solution is apt and ready for them to reduce the need for rehiring when it comes back to return, but also reduce exposure of staff and guests moving physical interaction to digital interaction. We have been seeing a lot of interest in the last few months from hotels where our increase in conversion of sales as well as inquiries from our customers. The value that we bring to the hospitality and travel businesses are clear. But what is really interesting is that we allow for this self-onboarding of our clients and we acquire the users through them. But that also means that we own very extensive knowledge database as well as the direct sales inventory, which allows the guests to access this additional information and services. So our revenue model is B2B, software as a service, where we also charge implementation costs for revenue for enterprise projects, and has been our core business, which keeps us profitable as a company. But ultimately, we started in shifting and focusing on complementary last mile services where we can kind of also monetize on some of these additional services that their customers and the guests are paying for, which we then profit share with our clients to incentivize them to use our platform more. Our focus has always been in Singapore, and we started expanding to Japan and have some clients there as well as Taiwan. And we started our efforts in Korea earlier this year. but we definitely want to look towards Vietnam as the next market as it's growing in numbers. And I think it's not just the tourism numbers itself, but the focus from the government with the tourism development strategy, as well as the future digital economy movement projects that the government has huge focuses on, ultimately helping this low tourism productivity that we are very, very well catered and suitable for. As you know, I'm sure most of you investors have seen chatbot developers littered across the industry. Even self-check-in solutions where we are integrated with Asa Abloy, for example, and they have their own solution. But we actually position ourselves closer to customer service support platforms like Intercom, Zendesk, and ultimately serving the travel and hospitality space more specifically, but yet integrating the entire process. And thus, we don't really see these chatbot developers and self-check-in solutions to be competitors, but actually complementary services that we can look into integrating with as well as reselling with. So we integrated with Igloo Home, for example, and they are actually one of our most active resellers of our digital software to their customers. We started in Singapore, where we won Changi Airport Hackathon in 2016. And since then, we have raised money from Japanese as well as Indonesian investors. We just concluded Facebook Accelerator, but we are currently in Techstars, Korea, where we want to put our focus in working in Korea as well as our partners like Yanoja. But ultimately, I think what we're most proud of is in 2019, where we're able to roll out a fully self-check-in hotel in 5 locations here in Singapore, where we entirely remove the front desk and guests are able to go straight to room. And that removes costs on a very huge, significant amount to the hotel, but ultimately also position them as a very innovative company that are able to provide affordable rooms and help with returning guests, especially business travelers. In the COVID-19 situation, they're actually adapting really well because of the technologies that have been implemented. We were serving about more than 3,000 guests per day in 2019, and we have been, our revenue was $500,000 USD. We are looking to more than double that this year, but ultimately keeps us profitable as a company, with our focus slowly going to be shifting towards the software as a service portion instead of enterprise solution. Myself, this is my second startup, and I was also in consulting for startups as well previously. But our CTO has a lot more years of experience even in the product space, more than 15 years in AI, and he has been working on our technology front. Supported by people in the team who have experience in travel and hospitality space as well as design space and marketing. What we are really looking for in VietChallenge and in our efforts currently are small businesses in the travel and hospitality space that we can help serve better and get ready for this return in the post-COVID new normal in travel. We are also looking at partners. So if you investors have any portfolio companies that are serving the travel and hospitality space, we are looking to integrate and cross-sell some of these technologies that might be complementary to us. For investors, we are definitely looking for investment going forward, looking at potentially start early next year. Currently finishing up our Techstars Korea program that will conclude in December this year. But we are looking for investors that are very strategic to us to help us in the B2B, software as a service, enterprise solutions, travel and hospitality space, as well as geographical regions expertise and knowledge and insights. We are looking to raise $1 million USD at a $6 million pre-money valuation. I'm Ian from Trabble. You can reach me at ian@trabble.co. We do really believe in empowering hospitality and serving the travelers. To do that, one business, one guest, one conversation at a time. Thank you so much for your time and listening to me. Feel free to come by the expo and speak to me directly at the booth or drop me an email. Thank you.